Hey guys, it's me, I'm back. I'll probably cough in this because I've just gotten over COVID. I went on a holiday overseas to the US, you may have seen on Instagram. Before that, I was actually sick. So I've had a bad trot, as one would say, but I'm totally fine. So my apologies for being completely AWOL for like a month. But that's why before that I was kind of running out of ideas for stories, but I've got some new ideas, and you know, because it's my channel and I can do what I want, I am going to talk about some stuff that isn't just watch related moving forward, but I'm still going to talk about watches because I love them. But today I've got a really special one. So my nephew, who's my nephew by marriage, not that that matters, he's still my nephew, but he's like 10 years younger than me, and he wants to get himself a nice watch. He knows that I love watches, he knows I've got this channel, so he kind of asked me for a little bit of help or guidance. So he's got a budget of between $5,000 and $10,000, which is Australian, so it's give or take with the exchange rate about 3,000 to 8,000 USD, just to put that in context. Now, he's the CEO of a tech startup, so he wants to keep it real. He doesn't want to go ostentatious, you know, like I've said, he's got a pretty modest budget. Nothing flashy, basically. He wants to be able to wear it around. The guys, he's a tech startup, but they're out and about in the field a lot with what they do. It actually does something really cool. They have drones that lay cables for electricity, rather than laying cables with helicopters, so it's actually meant to be safer and there's whole other benefits to it, so it's pretty cool. So the other thing that he sort of has, not parameters, but like he loves, in particular, my wife's Omega Seamaster 300M, the Sedna Gold version at at 42 millimeters. He likes that one better than mine, which is the titanium ceramic 43.5 millimeter. So that's kind of a little bit of a guiding one. He also likes the Omega Seamaster 300M 007 edition, which I like too, so I get why he likes that, which kind of helps. And I think deep down he's probably a Rolex fanboy, but as I've explained to him, in the budget that he's after, that's probably not going to be realistic. Other than that, no real hard and fast rules, other than he also wants like a brand name. Like he wants something recognizable. So I've just, as a general rule, ruled out micro brands. Whether you agree with me or not on that point, or whether you agree with me or not on what I've decided is a micro brand or not, I've stuck to the pretty obvious brands because of that. And as always, watches are subjective, as is this list. So this is my list. May not be your list. It certainly probably won't be Teddy's list. But yeah, I've stuck with Tudor Omega, although I suspect they're most likely going to be out of budget, even secondhand, which is also happy to go. I thought maybe Tag Heuer, Breitling, and IWC, and of course Panerai. And in no particular order, right? But I kind of immediately thought, for my nephew, that the Tudor Black Bay could be a good go for him. You know, they're 41 millimeters, and I should mention too, he's not the tallest guy, but he's tall and he's big. And when I say big, like he's a big unit, he's ex-military, he's kind of built like a brick shithouse in the sense of more muscle and brawn. So I kind of wanted to get him a watch that works with that, basically, as well. Take with that what you will, but to me, the Tudor kind of works for him. The 41 mil is probably a good size because he likes, it's probably small, but I think it'll work just in terms of its design and its feature. And there's two, like I kind of like just like the Black Bay with the, I'll put a picture up, but just like the yellow and sort of the accented kind of gold and black dial. I think it's very classic looking. It's close to an older Submariner, if you kind of get my drift in terms of aesthetic. So I thought that might appeal to him. And then of course there's the ceramic version, which is just stealth and very, very cool, which I thought might also work for him. So I'm going to propose those to him. I am going to take a look at the Omega Seamaster 300M secondhand, but it appears to me that it's highly unlikely we'll be able to get the 007 version within budget. I've had a look online. There wasn't anything available within budget because they seem to be retaining their value around 13, 14 grand. Retail's about 16,650. I think that's the exact price. So yeah, but I'm still going to float that idea with him and see what he thinks, because I think he could really rock that watch really well. The other one that I really liked was the Tag Heuer Carrera, the new one that came out that was all the hype with the Ryan Gosling ad. If you haven't seen that small, like, short video, it's hilarious. You should actually check it out. It was very good fun. I'll try and remember to put it in the comments, a link to that. But it's a classic watch. Look, my first fancy, as I call it, watch was the Tag Heuer Monaco. So, you know, I don't have any qualms about recommending Tag to anyone. I know it can be a divisive brand for a great many reasons. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good one to give a go. The other one I thought, again, it would have to be secondhand because retail, it's about 13,000. But like a 41 Navitimer, like so a Breitling Navitimer, I really like those watches. Now, I still haven't added one to my collection because if I'm not going for something on the wish list and I'm just adding to the collection, it's usually a Panerai, which we'll get to. But yeah, this is a cool watch. I think it would suit him really well because it's the nod to aviation. He used to be in the Air Force before he was in the Army, so I kind of thought that would be quite nice. He's a smart dude. I think he'd really dig the slide rule. But again, that would have to be picked up secondhand to get it under the 10K, which is totally achievable. There's lots of those on market. It's probably where I would get one, I guess, if I was getting an Navitimer at some point. As nice as it is to go to a store and get a brand new one, almost feels like I can't justify that new, but never hold me to that. The other one I wondered whether he'd like, and again, it's gonna have to be secondhand, and even then I think it might be at a pinch, like it might be difficult to get. But I do like the IWC Big Pilot. And again, I think for him, being an ex-military guy and this being a pilot's watch and being very robust and a bigger watch, I think he could really pull it off and have a lot of fun with it. It'd be robust enough for him. But they're about 13, 14 grand retail. So I'm talking about like just the straight Big Pilot. I think it's 41 mil again. I'm not talking about like, you know, the Mojave or the Woodland or any of those. They're more, or a Top Gun or anything like that. But I think secondhand, you know, if we're hunting around, we might be able to get one under 10. So I'm going to pose that to him as well to look at. I want to actually go shopping with him as well. And I'm also going to, of course, propose to him to take a look at the Panerai Luminor, the 44 millimeter. So just basically the base model, probably the 3-day power reserve. The 8-day, that's over the $10,000 new, so that's probably, we won't go there. But I think you should look at that, you know, given the history of those ex-military as well. They're very robust. I think it would look really cool on his wrist, and I think it'd be able to take the knocks and the wear and tear that he would probably give it. But yeah, they're kind of like, I don't want to go too many, so I really tried to contain it to just the handful, because I could go on and on forever, right? But and again, not floating these with him and getting his yay or nay, like that's going to give me a better indication of, once we have a look at those, what he does and doesn't like. Because at the moment I've got the Omega Seamaster, and he likes the idea of the Rolex. Don't we all, my friend? Don't we all? But yeah, I'm going to float them with him, but I'd like to know if you guys have any recommendations. And remember, it has to be a well-known brand. So I know we could go much cheaper and actually go micro brand. Like I could talk about Fears. I could, of course, talk about Borzell, whatever. Even like a Panzera, but they're not really in the brief he gave me. So I'm sort of steering away from those. I mean, out of the ones, I feel Tudor might actually be a good option for him. So I'll be interested to see what he thinks when I float that with him. And again, it's going to come down to how he feels when it's on, right? Like, it's got to sing to you once it's on. You got to like the look of it to put it on in the first place, but then you got to put it on and be like, yes, that's for me. I'm thinking one of those will be, but this is going to be a good test, right? As he joked with me, I should be able to do like some kind of paid concierge service to find people the perfect watch for them. So if I nail it with him, then I might loop back around and do that. But look, if you've enjoyed my little discussion on recommending my nephew's next watch, hit the like, subscribe, do all those things. It's good to be back. Just a super quick one to ease us into it. With some new content coming as we roll around and I get over this stupid COVID-19 virus. As always, guys, have a great week. Keep smiling. Bye for now.